see what you can do with the radio?
Yes, Mr. Tom.
We interrupt this program to make a special broadcast at the request of the Coast Patrol. Attention, all mariners. Attention, all mariners. A sailing ship is reported in distress about 1.5 miles southeast of Point Inda and drifting toward the reef. Any vessels in that vicinity are requested to render all possible assistance.
Wang, it's a rough spot to be in a night like this.
Very bad, Mr. Tom. No other ships be there.
No, and if there were, they couldn't do much in this storm.
Another broadcast requested by the Coast Patrol. Attention, all mariners. The ship previously reported has struck the reef southeast of Point Inda and is believed to be lost. All beach residents are requested to be on the lookout for survivors from the wreck, which has been identified as the Fallow. James Dean, owner and captain.
Jim Dean. I'm going down to the beach.
It no good, Mr. Tom. You not get there till morning. Get long way from here. Storm gone then, ship gone too.
Look, Jim's tough. He might make it ashore, and if he does, he's going to need help. I'll be back at noon tomorrow.
Okay now. It's me, Tom Rogers. Don't you recognize me?
Yeah. Sure, Tom. I know. Thanks.
Look, I gotta get you to a hospital, quick.
It's no use. I'm all busted up inside. Waves smashed me through the rail. Gotta do something for me.
Anything, Jim.
You know Major Conroy. Well, tell him they sabotaged my ship. Rigging cut half through. Sugar and fuel tanks. Storm hit. We didn't have a chance. Tell him it was Kurt Daly. He...
Jim.
Jim!
Jim said it was a man named Kurt Daly.
Rotten shame. How well did you know Jim?
Well, Jim and I were buddies during the last war, Major Conroy. I thought I knew all about him, but apparently I was wrong.
Why do you say that?
Well, why would anyone bother to sabotage a trading ship if it were only a trading ship? And for that matter, why should Jim want me to tell you all about it if you're only a retired Army officer relaxing on an island in the China Seas?
Could we,
Yes, certainly.
Hello, something you like?
As you apparently have guessed, I'm not exactly what I appear to be. I have a mission here concerning the inland province. A mission that the American government can have no official connection with.
Why not? The inland province is a United Nations protectorate.
Now, that's true, but how much do you know about all this?
Well, everyone knows that the natives in the interior are trying to rebel against their Khan. According to information around the waterfront, they're being supplied arms, smuggled in along this coastline. So why can't the United Nations representative act officially to stop them?
Because the stuff is being landed on this coast. Bermatra not a member of the United Nations.
It sizes up as a pretty rough job. You can't stop gun running single-handed.
Oh, it's not quite as bad as that. The Bermatra Coast Patrol will act any time we have sufficient information or evidence against the smugglers. But they have no intelligence service. So we're trying to collect the information to give them.
Mm-hmm. And Jim was helping you when they caught up with him, huh?
That's it. And now I need someone to take his place.
Meaning me?
You do a lot of cruising up and down the coast. You could be places and hear things.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, it's only fair to remind you what happened to Jim.
It's one of the reasons I'm interested, Major. Might lead me to Kurt Daly. When do I start?
Do you know Dr. Wells?
Yes, he's an old-timer that goes putting around on his schooner doctoring the island natives, isn't he?
Yes, he and his daughter who acts as his nurse. They're about the only medical service the natives get here. He's been collecting information for me. I had a radio report from Dr. Wells 2 days ago. His schooner was burned last week in the lagoon at Southeast Island.
Burned? By smugglers?
We believe so. He and his daughter escaped across the island to Carter's trading post. They radioed me from there. Then he borrowed Carter's sloop and started back.
Why, this is no time of the year to make a trip in a small boat like that. We're due for a hurricane any day.
Dr. Wells realized that. But he said he had important information he couldn't send over the air. So Jim was to meet him down the coast and bring the information back to me. I'd like you to meet Dr. Wells now that Jim can't.
Where am I to meet Dr. Wells?
You have a chart of the southeast coast.
Yes.
Well, we may still have some trouble. Tom Rogers might be one of Conroy's spies.
I wouldn't like that, Barrett. From what I've heard of Rogers, he'd be a tough man to tangle with.
We may have to do more than just tangle with him if he's actually working with the Major. He'll have to be removed.
That's a large order.
My country is sending a full shipment of munitions to the rebels. It's got to get through to the interior. As things stand now, we have nothing to fear from the Bermatra Coast Patrol. We've got to keep it that way.
I'm not arguing with you. I just said it'd be tough.
Not so difficult, Kurt. But I must depend on you. I can't risk showing my hand. And Gerson can only be depended upon for direct action.
Even at that, you depend on him more than I would. He don't look too bright to me.
He's not very bright. He thinks I saved his life, so he's loyal to me. You go to Rogers' trading post, try to charter his schooner. Offer him a big price. If he's working with Conroy, he'll have to turn you down. And we'll make our plans accordingly.
I'll be seeing you. You wait. Are you Tom Rogers?
That's right. What can I do for you?
I'm promoting a trading deal and I need a ship. You got anything I could charter?
Well, I charter my schooner sometimes. When do you want it?
Right away. I got a big deal cooking in the outer island.
I'm sorry, I'm leaving on a cruise tomorrow.
Oh? Toward the big island, huh? That suits me. Maybe we could work it together.
I don't think so. I follow a pretty strict schedule.
Now look, Rogers, this is a big deal. I could pay you plenty. More than you'd make in a month's trading cruise, and it'll only take a few days.
I still can't do it.
Why not? You trade for profit.
Look, I'm sorry, Mr.
Daly. Kurt Daly. Well, maybe some other time.
Just a minute.
Oh, changed your mind?
No, a friend of mine told me about you, Daly.
Oh? Who?
Jim Dean.
Just a minute, Rogers. I don't know what Dean told you.
Mr. Tom! They get away. I try to shoot, but don't shoot straight enough.
It's all right, Wang. You probably saved my life as it is.
Who are they?
Well, part of that smuggling gang. In fact, Daddy was mighty anxious to charter my schooner. I don't think he wanted me to do any more sailing for the next few days without him.
You go on cruise anyway?
You bet I will. Wang, see if you can get the weather report, will you?
Then Rogers went aboard his schooner and got underway. Set a course south along the coast.
Well, then, we can assume that he's now working with Major Conroy. The question is he sailing to that point you saw marked on Rogers' chart? And if so, why?
Sorry, Barrett. I don't have my crystal ball with me.
But you do have your car, and it's only an hour's drive from here.
What? In this storm?
In this storm. Take Gerson with you. You can watch their rendezvous point from the cliff road. We must know exactly what Conroy and his men are planning. Hurry now.
There's a sloop aground at the base of the cliff. There's someone aboard. We'll try to rig a breaches, boy. How? I'll swim a line in ashore. Drop the anchor. Any crew's down. Good. Hal, break out the breaches, boy, and prepare to secure to the mainmast. Yank, get me a line. That's the Rogers schooner. What's he swimming into the cliff for? I can't see. You're Vivian Wells, aren't you?
Yes. My father's below sick. I'm afraid it's pneumonia.
rig a preacher's boy. All in the line. I'll get your father.
Breeches boy. There must be a boat on the rocks at the foot of the cliff. They better hurry if they want to get clear. This hurricane can start a landslide. Hey, we'll get a pole or a rail. Maybe we can help it along. Hurry now.
How's your father today?
Well, he's still very ill. It's pneumonia. He'll be in the hospital for quite a while.
You brought him here just in time. And the information they brought me was most important. Perhaps you'd better tell him about it, Miss Wells.
Well, last week when we were anchored at Tanara, a trading schooner came in with an American captain and a native crew. One of the natives was an old patient of Father's, and he swam over to our ship that night. He said he overheard the captain tell some visitor about a shipment of poison gas that was going to be smuggled through to the rebel natives in the interior.
Did your friend hear how they planned to do it?
No, all he could say was that it would be coming into this port on a steamer some night this week.
You suppose the smugglers will know that customs have been tipped off?
No, I'm afraid so. They know Father and I had the information, and they also know we've contacted the Major.
Well, they won't give up easily.
That we can count on. They might try to capture the ship and take the cargo off in small boats, or bribe the captain to light her down to the beach, which seems more likely. I'd like you to patrol the coast for the next few nights.
I'll be glad to. I've got a two-way radio in my car, and I can start tonight.
Good.
Tom, could I go along with you? After all that's happened, I'd like to see this thing through.
Meet me here at sundown.
I'll be here.
Bye, Tom.
Goodbye, Major. Vivian.
We don't dare land that cargo in port now. The steamer's due here tonight.
Maybe we could have the captain landed somewhere else.
If we could sink the ship close enough into shore, our divers could salvage the cargo.
We could pull the old pirate trick, set up a couple of false range lights as decoys, head her onto the reef instead of up the channel.
That's the answer. I can arrange for the regular lights to be put out of commission. And there's another storm coming in, which will help.
Okay, Barron. I'll rig the decoy lights as soon as it gets dark. Gerson?
Say, that steamer's headed for a reef. You better call for help.
Hello, hello, give me the Coast Patrol, hurry.
That did it. Let's pick up our lights and get out of here.
Oh? Good. They already knew about it. The rescue squad left there a few minutes ago.
Oh, that's good. Here comes the rescue squad now. Hey, one of the beacon lights went out. That beacon light was off position 100 yards or so. I better check on it.
reef. As soon as the storm went down, they secured it with cables.
Oh? Is there a watchman aboard?
No, and that worries me. The smugglers could slip out and pick up their cargo before I could persuade the authorities they must take action.
Might be a good idea if I rode out there and slept aboard tonight.
Might be at that.
The rescue crew got there too soon. They secured the ship to the top of the reef.
Maybe we can go out in small boats and take our stuff off.
We won't have time for that. Salvage Slug's going to start to work on her the first thing in the morning. But there's a high tide at 10 o'clock tonight. If you can cut those cables, she'll slide off the reef. Then they'll abandon her, and we can take our time diving for the munitions.
Okay, I'll take Gerson to help me.
No, take my diver, Gorth. Swims like a seal, but he's little more than half crazy since he got his head smashed.
Will he take orders?
I can make him understand what to do, and he'll do just that and nothing else. So you better row out there and check on the guards, see that there are none around, and then signal for him.
Look, I don't want to run into the guards either.
Well, go out to the reef first. If everything seems quiet, you can climb up one of the mooring lines.
I got away in my skiff just before the steamer slipped off the reef. She's way down now in about 40 fathoms of water.
Do you think the owners will abandon her?
They might. Then the smugglers could send divers down any time they want to. And if the poison gas in that cargo falls into the hands of the rebel natives in the interior province, they might easily win their fight to break up the United Nations Protectorate. Tom, we've got to stop them.
But how? The government here won't do anything about it. Vermatra isn't a member of the United Nations, and they aren't interested in what goes on in the interior.
Of course. But if we can actually prove to Vermatra that there is a cargo of poison gas in that ship, they'd have to act.
Which puts it up to me. I'm to dive down and bring up enough evidence to convince him, is that it?
That's what I was trying to suggest. Do you have any diving gear?
No, but I can rent some. We can work it off my schooner.
I hope that we includes me. What can I do to help?
Well, nothing at the moment. It'll take me a little while to locate the diving gear. Suppose you meet on my schooner in a couple hours.
Good.
I'll drop you at your hotel. Let me know when you get back, will you?
I sure will, Major. Goodbye.
Bye.
B.
Come in, Kurt.
Rogers just stopped in back of a diving equipment store.
That's what I expected. It'll take him a little time to assemble that diving gear. I'll send Gerson to help you. He can be there in 10 minutes. You better get someone else, too. Oh, that waterfront character Ole should do.
Keep him busy as long as you can.
He'll sure give it a try.
Come on.
Hiya, Skipper Tom.
Well, just fine, Ole. How are things with you?
Bad, Tom, mighty bad. Ain't getting too old and stove up to go to sea anymore, and it's mighty tough making a living on the beach.
You know, I can believe that. What are you doing?
Trying to peddle second-hand gear to you trading skippers. Say, you wouldn't be needing an extra skiff now, would you?
No, I'm pretty well equipped. Look, I've got a few bucks that you can have.
No, I ain't asking for charity, Tom. Sure wish you'd come and see this boat I got down to the dock, though. I could sure set a good price on it. If you couldn't use her, maybe you could tell someone else about it. Could sure get a bargain on it.
You know, Ole, you're quite a salesman. Come on, take a look at it.
Hold it steady.
There she is. This? Yeah, now I can let you have
Look,
that.
Ole, I wouldn't have this for firewood.
I'll admit she needs some fixing up and maybe a little paint, but she can be fixed up. And I sure need the money.
Ole, here's some money for you. Now, it's not charity. Let's just call it a loan.
But, Tom...
Ole, I don't want any part of this thing.
That's good.
Get your hands off that gear. Give me that gun.
Didn't work. I took care of the helmet, but Rogers spotted us and run us off.
Then he'll fix that helmet or get another one. Go out to the cliffs above the wreck at once. I'll send Gorth out to stand by on the beach. Have him swim out right after Rogers goes down. He'll see to it that nothing is found that might cause us trouble.
There, that does it. Want to use that one, Skipper?
No, thanks, Yank. I kind of like this job with the reserve air supply.
Will you have to search the whole ship?
Probably. It's certain the stuff won't be labeled poison gas. So I'll send up a sample of each batch of cargo. If it looks like it's going to be a tough job, I'll give 4 pulls on the lifeline, and I want you to come down and help us.
Aye, Skipper.
They're getting ready to dive. Go tell Gorth to get started. Did you tell Gorth?
The line yanks once. That's the signal to bring him up. It's coming in awful easy.
It's been cut. Something's wrong. You better put on that other helmet and go after him.
Practically down there now.
Go get my rifle.
Tom has about 5 minutes air supply left in the shoulder tank. That should be enough.
Can you fix it?
Maybe, but it'll take time.
Then hurry. He can't have too much air left in his reserve tank.
I'll get the tools.
Now what?
Can't do any more diving when he's there.
Oh, but they can't do any diving either as long as we stick here.
That's right, stalemate. So we got to do something about it. We got to make them believe they've driven us off. Yeah, I got it. I'll make them think they hit me. Vivian, you watch that rifleman closely. And when he fires, you tell me.
All right.
That gives us a good excuse to get out of here.
Why, Tom?
To see if they'll try to salvage that cargo. We'll drop down the coast and keep on the side a while and then slip back later.
Let's get the sails up. They won't try to stop us from leaving.
After I winged Rogers, they took off in a hurry.
Good. Now we can start raising that cargo. I've arranged for a launch to take Gorth out. He'll do the diving.
Where will they take the stuff?
The water cave. He'll have to make several trips, of course, especially if they're interrupted. But they're to keep on working till all that gas is in the cave. You stay there and keep a check on them.
Kind of dangerous keeping that gas in the cave.
It's only a stopgap measure. Gas will have to be transshipped to our regular landing beach. Gorth tells me that Rogers tried to get away with one of those cases labeled kerosene. If this word gets out to the Coast Patrol, they'll be on the lookout for those boxes. So I'll have the launch bring out a load of cartons to repack the gas in. Let's see, I can get hold of some light bulb cartons. Yes, they'll do.
All right, but if the stuff's that hot, we're taking a long chance trying to run it through.
Of course we are, but it's worth the risk. The rebel natives can get hold of that gas, they'll be able to break away from their United Nations protectorate and set up an independent nation as a satellite of my country. And you may rest assured that my country will not forget to reward you properly for your services.
But what if the Coast Patrol's on the lookout, spots them going into the cave?
Then you've got to be prepared to defend it until that gas is repacked and shipped out again. Is that signal cannon still there?
Yes.
Then mount it on the cliff above the cave and get some live shells for it.
I'll set it up tonight.
Over the wreck, all right. That diver looks like the man that cut my air hose. Trim the sheets and stand in close to him. We'll have a look.
Aye, sir. The diver's still down there. We can't hope to overhaul them with no more wind than this.
No, but we know they've started the salvaging. Let's get back to the harbor and pick up a faster boat.
Aye, Skipper. You might try the Blue Parrot speedster. She's the fastest thing around.
Good idea, Yank. We can be back out here with the Blue Parrot by daylight tomorrow. Then if they try any more salvage work, we can see where they're taking it.
Calling B. Calling B. Calling B. Calling B.
Come in, Kurt.
The launch went out to the wreck, but only picked up one case before Rogers' schooner showed up again.
Rogers didn't find the cave, did he?
No, didn't even try to follow. And they're gone now. We should be able to get the rest of the gas tonight.
Good. Transfer it to the light bulb cartons at once and ship it out tomorrow. Did you set up the signal cannon?
Yes.
Then use it if you have to.
Okay. Hello, Payne.
Yes, Kurt.
You all ready to shove off?
All set.
Get going. Everything seems to be clear.
We're on our way. All right, you two, let us out of here.
That looks like the boat we saw yesterday. Close up on her.
There's a speedboat following us. I think it's closing in.
Keep closing. I'll see if I can get him to stop for us.
Rogers and that Wells girl.
Kurt! Kurt!
I know, Payne. I'm watching you.
Well, do something about it. That cannon you got up there works, don't it?
Yes, but you're too far away.
Pull alongside, I'll go aboard.
Pull alongside again, Vivian. This time they'll stop.
The gas is leaking. Cut the engines before we're blown to bits.
Well, that took care of them. Now let's find out where that launch came from.
Let me have it now. They're just about in range.
I don't see any wharf.
No, there must be a cave or passage around that point. Keep going. That was a shell from a gun up on that cliff. Head out quick. They can't keep missing us forever. Better go overboard and swim for the beach.
cannon apart, carry it and the ammunition down to the cave. I have to report to Barron.
Well, we made it.
Yeah, but we're a long ways from home. We still don't know where that launch came from. Look, there's a fishing camp about a mile down the beach. I'll walk down and try to get a boat. Then we can row out around the point and try to spot their hideout.
All right. Okay if I stay here?
Sure. I won't be long. Look, you better go over in those rocks. Try to keep out of sight. Maybe some of their gang are still hanging around.
I'll be careful.
Are you sure the people in the speedboat were killed?
They must have been. It was blown to bits.
Even so, Conroy must have known where they were going, and he'll have the Coast Patrol searching for them. That cave isn't safe anymore. What's left in it?
Only a half a dozen cases of gas. Person's watching them.
Well, we must get that gas to a safer place. I sent Bill Gaines' schooner out yesterday to pick up that shipment of ammunition. He's on his way back now, and he should be somewhere near the cave.
Call for you, Skipper. Captain Gaines, a sea trader, come in.
This is Barron, Gaines. What's your position?
We're a few miles off your hideout cave in a flat calm.
Well, that's fine. As soon as you can, stand into the cave and pick up a cargo of light bulbs. Daly will meet you there.
Light bulbs, huh? All right, I'll pick them up. Seems like a lot of trouble for just 6 cases of gas.
Even 6 cases should be enough to panic those natives who are defending their United Nations protectorate. And if the rebels win, they'll cooperate with my country. And my country will be duly grateful to you.
I'll get it ready for him.
That could explain a lot of things. Here, let's take a look. Right on your feet. Come on, come on, come on.
Think we can find out anything from him?
Could be. We'll take him to Major Conroy. Have a try at it. Here, Vivian, you watch him. I'll take a look around. I think I got it now. There must be a hidden entrance from the ocean side which lets them bring their boats right into the cave.
No wonder they can smuggle things in so easily. Look, light bulbs. I wonder if the gas is hidden in there.
These cartons have never been underwater. Of course, they could have repacked the stuff.
Are they that heavy?
Too heavy for light bulbs.
Drop it.
Oh, brother.
Yeah, me too. Oh, what next?
Well, I'm sure that the poison gas is in these containers. We better take one along and turn it over to Major Conroy.
You know that schooner?
Yeah, it belongs to Bill Gaines. I don't like to ask any favors of him, but it's better than rowing all the way home.
Hey, that's Tom Rogers. What do you suppose he's doing here? I don't know. Whatever it is, it might mean trouble for us. You stand by, I'll do the talking. All right, Tom. What are you doing out here?
Ahoy, Bill! My boat cracked up. It's a long way home. How about a lift?
Sure, come on alongside. Throw the ladder over for him.
Bill, this is Vivian Wells, Captain Gaines.
How do you do, Captain?
Glad to know you, Miss Wells. What do you got there, Tom?
Oh, just some salvage I picked up on the beach.
Pretty heavy for light bulbs, Tom.
Oh?
Look, Tom, I gotta know more about that case before I can take a chance on landing it.
What do you mean?
You know what I mean. Been a lot of phony cargoes around here, and I don't want to get involved in a smuggling racket.
Look, Bill, I'll take the responsibility what's in that box. You don't have to worry about it.
Oh, yes, I do, Tom. This is my ship, and I'm not gonna get in trouble.
What do you intend doing about it?
I'll lock you in a cabin till Customs clears that case.
Oh, no, you're not.
about Tom? You can't leave him here.
He started the fire. Let him stay here. You too.
Tom! Tom, hurry! The ship's gonna blow up!
We're both going to start walking this time. I'm not going to leave you here alone again.
That suits me. Let's try the road. We might pick up a ride.
That's a good thought.
Yes, they both got back to town. One of my men saw them come in on a fishing camp supply truck.
But they couldn't have taken the gas with them.
I don't see how they could. But you can bet by now they've sent someone down to the cave to pick it up.
Yes, I'm afraid there's no question about that. Our problem now is to get it back from them, which means that first we must find out what they did with it.
They could have it at the trading post.
Perhaps. Somebody in there might talk about it. With this instrument, a person can easily hear through the trading post walls. Keep watch day and night and listen in on every conversation.
Handy gadget. I'll take care of it.
Poison gas, all right. One of the deadliest, and explosive as well. We're pretty sure of the country it came from, but we still don't have enough evidence to take the case before the United Nations.
Well, surely we have enough proof to convince the Vermont authorities how serious this smuggling business is to the peace of the whole world.
Oh, yes, there's no question about that. They've already assured me the Coast Patrol will be doubled, so I don't think we'll have to worry anymore about smuggling around here for a while.
Does that mean I'm out of a job, Major?
No, it means you have another assignment. The United Nations has decided to send in envoys to attempt to make a peace settlement between the Khan and the rebels. Now, you get along well with the natives. Miss Wells speaks the language. So we'd like you both to help with the negotiations.
We'll be glad to. What are the chances of arranging a truce?
We think they're pretty good. The party of envoys will carry a valuable assortment of presents, not only cash, but medals and other personal gifts. Now, that's the kind of diplomacy the rebel chief will understand. So he ought to agree to make terms with the Khan.
Sounds encouraging. When do we go?
The party of envoys will leave by tomorrow night's train. We'd like you and Miss Wells to travel with them. Oh, here's a rough draft of the peace proposals.
Hello, Vivian.
Hi, Tom. Major. Davy and that man who's always with him are just outside the window. Be careful. They may have you covered.
You keep studying these papers. I'm going outside.
Take care of him.
Look, all I want to do is talk to you.
Will you stop it? Cut it out!
Now we're going to talk.
And so that was that. Of course, your friend, the rebel chief, might want to keep on fighting.
If the United Nations people start peace negotiations with the chief, there's a very good possibility he can be persuaded to stop fighting.
But don't you think, after all the ammunition and money your country's given him, he'll continue to play along with you?
Only until he thinks he can get a better offer from the other side. Chief is thinking of himself first, last, and always. Can't be trusted.
So what can we do about it?
Well, we can prevent the envoys from reaching the interior with their gifts. You say they're leaving on tomorrow night's train?
That's right.
Well, that's a through train, but there should be some way of getting on it. Oh, of course. Have Al get a mail bag.
A mail bag?
What's everybody doing?
Playing cards in the lounge car. We're having a wonderful time.
Good. Makes it unanimous. Everybody's passed the security check, and we don't have a stop to Fort Angkor. Looks like we're going to have a quiet trip.
I hope so.
Beautiful night, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Pass the eastbound express in a few minutes.
KD calling B.
Come in, Kurt.
Your plan is working without a hitch. The envoy's train should be running wild by now. My man has just thrown the switch here.
Very good.
Yeah. Think I'll stick around and see the wreck.
All right. And afterwards, pick up Gerson and come back here.
Be seeing you.
I'll turn in. Tom!
coming. We gotta jump. Vivian! Vivian!
What's up?
I just received a message from one of my spies at Fort Angapur. Rogers and Miss Wells arrived there about 2 hours ago.
Are you sure? The peace envoys were killed. Rogers and the Wells girl were on the observation platform, and we know that was completely destroyed.
Well, they escaped somehow, and they may cause us trouble.
Just the two of them can't stop a rebellion.
Probably not, but it would be foolish to take any chances. Success of that rebellion will mean another satellite for my country, and failure of the United Nations.
I know. Well, it'll probably work out for you.
Oh, it'll work out all right. We're going to insure it. Rent a plane and fly up there.
To Fort Angapur?
Of course not. To the camp of the rebel chief. Here. Give him a substantial cash bribe and promise him more if you'll keep on fighting. And warn him he'll lose all our support if he listens to any peace proposals. Now, here's the chief's camp at this point, just across the border from Fort Angapur.
Thank you.
As I explained last night, this is a very nasty situation. The rebels have the Khan's forces practically surrounded, and he still won't ask for help.
Would you help him if he did ask you?
But of course, the Khan is a recognized ruler of the United Nations Protectorate. But his is an independent nation. I can't move troops into it without his authority.
Colonel, what are the chances of negotiating a truce with the rebels?
Practically none. The envoys could have gotten through. They might have arranged some kind of a temporary armistice, but it wouldn't have settled anything. The rebel chief is nothing but a bandit. He never could be trusted to keep to an agreement.
Then the real answer is to send in troops and clear out the rebels.
Exactly. But as I pointed out, we have to have the Khan's permission first, and I can't even cross the border to contact him.
There are no such restrictions on Miss Wells and myself. We're civilians. Maybe we could get permission for you.
You might at that. Khan's a reasonable man. But the problem is reaching him. The Khan is staying with his troops, and he has his headquarters in a cave in the mountains, right in the middle of rebel hell country. And, of course, I couldn't give you a military escort.
Naturally. Still, we might be able to work our way through rebel lines at dark. Is there a road?
Of sorts, passable for a jeep. And I could lend you a jeep if you insist on going, but I warn you, it's risky business.
Oh, we understand that.
Colonel, can we leave tonight?
If you wish. Come, let's go into the office and look at the maps. The rebel chief has his headquarters not far from the border.
The country of Barin Sahib is very generous.
They want you to know they're your friends. They do not wish to see your people ruled by a dictator who takes his orders from the United Nations.
Let us be honest among ourselves. The Khan is not a dictator. Maybe I would be one. That matters not at all to the country you and Barin Sahib represent, or to me. I intend to rule my country. For patriotic reasons, possibly. For the power and wealth it will bring me, surely. So I will cooperate with you and Barin Sahib, as it would be difficult for me to overthrow the Khan alone.
We'll help you with all the guns and ammunition we can bring in. But you'll have to look out for peace offerings.
There is no danger of that.
You're wrong, Chief. There's a man and a woman in Fort Angapur right now who will try and come here and make peace offers to you.
A man named Rogers and a young woman named Wells.
You know about them?
I, too, have spies in Fort Angapur. It is war Rogers and Miss Wells plan, not peace. War against me. But within minutes, after they cross the border, I shall know it. And the route they plan to follow. The soldiers at my outpost will see that they never reach the Khan.
It's quiet enough so far.
It's too early for trouble. We're barely over the border.
Rogers and Miss Wells crossed the border. Connie! Connie, wait!
What's that?
No more trouble. The signal fire. Better get your gun ready.
Looks like we made it.
Yeah, we're not out of it yet. The signal fire is still burning, which means more natives will be coming this way. So I'm going to go ahead and see what I can do about that fire. If I can put it out, the natives will think we've been stopped and leave.
A few of those too, Tom.
Right. You better stay here. Keep a sharp lookout for the natives.
I will.
hidden here.
You sure there's no chance of getting the car through?
Oh, I'm afraid not. I broke up that bunch around the signal fire, but there'll be more of them riding up. And I know they'll be watching the road.
How much farther is it to the Khan's cave?
Oh, it's about 10 miles. I think I can make it on foot, all right. Even if I do have to dodge their patrols.
It won't be easy to keep out of sight in this kind of country.
Well, maybe I'll get a break. I'll be daylight in about an hour, so I better get going. You'll be safe here, and I'll get back as soon as I can.
All right, Tom. Lots of luck.
Thanks. I may need it. Hold it. Get your hands up.
Rogers has gotten through from Fort Angapur. He attacked 2 of my men, disguised himself in their clothes, and rode past our lines.
Where did they go?
To the Khan's camp, as expected. It's too late to stop him now.
Your spies were right. Instead of coming here and offering you a bribe for peace, he's gone to the Khan.
What can he gain? Khan cannot stop the fighting, or he would have done so long ago. It is well known he's a man of peace.
Suppose Rogers persuades the Khan into asking for help from the soldiers at Fort Angapur.
Would they help him?
Of course they would. All the Khan has to do is give Rogers a written request to the commander.
We cannot fight them off. They have cannon.
Then stop Rogers from getting back to the fort with the Khan's instructions.
That will be difficult.
Why?
The Khan is the religious leader of my people. If he chooses to make this man his official messenger and gives him the sacred symbol of that office, my men would not touch him. The Khan knows this.
Then I'll take care of him myself. The sacred symbol don't mean anything to me.
Let it be in your hands. But it must be done very carefully. My men would be very angry if the Khan's messenger were murdered.
An accident can happen to anyone, even a Khan's messenger. Gerson.
But how did you get past the rebels? They have me practically surrounded.
It did take a bit of doing, Your Highness. We were barely over the border before they started shooting at us.
Bandits, firing on an emissary of the United Nations. But of course they may not have known that.
I say they did know it. Probably urged to do it by the representatives of that foreign country which has been supplying them arms and munitions.
That could be it. Those foreigners have been doing everything possible to help the rebels overthrow my government.
Unfortunately, they've been doing it all over the East. Trying to set up governments which would be friendly to them and later on becoming satellites of their own country.
That shall never happen to my people. The time has come for me to do everything within my means to put down this rebellion.
Well, the troops at Fort Angkor, Your Highness, are ready to help you at any time. But it must be done at your request and with your permission.
Yes, I know. Until now, I've hesitated to call upon them, for it will mean bloodshed. But now I can see it as the only way. Will you take my request to the commandant at Fort Angkor?
Well, I'll try to. I may have a little trouble getting back through the rebel lines.
That can be arranged. Delaga Khan. This is the badge of office of a messenger of the Khan. As long as you carry that with you, none of my countrymen will harm you. Even the rebels will respect it.
This is a great help, Your Highness. Thank you.
Get ready. Take it easy, Rogers. Go and get his horse.
Run over him, Gerson.
quirt. Get in there, Gerson. Use your quirt. Run him into the ground. Run over him, Gerson. Come on him. Run him into the ground. Get in there, Gerson. Use your quirt. Run over him, Gerson. Use your quirt. Get in there, Gerson. Use your quirt. Run him into the ground. Run over him, Gerson. Clump on him. Run him into the ground. Get in there, Gerson. Use your quirt. Clump on him. Pick me up.
I was getting worried about you, Tom. Did you find the con?
Yes, and he gave me an authorization for the colonel to bring in British troops to clean out the rebels.
Oh, good work, Tom. I hope we don't have any trouble getting back to the fort.
I don't think that'll be a problem now.
Good. Very good. Now we can move against those rebels and give them the lesson they've been needing for a long time.
When will you start?
Every single move we make's known by their spies, so we can't hope to take them by surprise. We must expect some pretty stiff opposition going through the pass. So we won't move until after dark tonight.
Could you arrange for us to go along?
Well, of course, I realize it's your splendid work that's made this operation possible, and I quite realize you're wanting to see it through, but I couldn't allow civilians, especially a woman, to accompany troops when there's sure to be a battle.
Well, I understand, Colonel, but couldn't we trail behind you?
We're not just looking for thrills, Colonel. But if you capture any prisoners, they may include the foreign agents who've been backing the rebels, and we could identify them.
Well, that would be a help. So, under the circumstances, I suppose it would be permissible. But you must keep well back of the column.
We'll keep out of your way, sir.
So Rogers must have gotten back to Fort Angkor.
This is serious. Very serious. It is as you said. My spy reports that the troops are preparing to move out of Fort Angkor tonight. It's too bad.
What do you mean?
My men have little heart for fighting well-trained soldiers with cannon. We will disperse and return to our homes. Perhaps later on, when the troops have gone, we will reassemble and take up the fight again.
But you can't do that. By then, the Khan will have built up his forces and you'll never defeat him. The time to strike is now. You have plenty of men and all the rifles and machine guns that we've sent you.
That's true. But my men are not accustomed to fighting trained soldiers.
Now's your big chance. If you can destroy the troops from the fort, then all their arms, even the cannon, will be yours. Then you can easily defeat the Khan and his remaining men and become dictator of the whole province. Then my country can openly furnish you with all the supplies necessary to maintain order.
The help I need is now.
Look, I can show you how to trap the whole regiment.
How?
They'll come up the pass and through the gorge, won't they?
It's the only way.
Then place your men in ambush at the head of the gorge. While the soldiers are deploying to meet your attack, we'll plant a charge of high explosives on the cliff above them and blow the whole side of the gorge in on top of them.
Are you sure it can be done that way?
Should be easy.
Yes. Yes, it could be done. Connie! Connie! Connie May! Hey! Back to the leva!
Well, I guess they're far enough ahead. We can get started now. position. There's a rider coming. We better get out. Here, let me help you down.
No, I gotta keep going. Message to Fort. Need reinforcements bad.
You'd never make it to the fort. You couldn't stay in the saddle that long. We'll take you back in the Jeep. That shot came from up on the cliff, to the rear of the firing line.
Yes, sir. That's right. They must be working around behind us.
Well, I'm going up and make sure. If the rebels are trying to attack from the rear, I've got to warn the colonel. Can you get this man back to the fort?
Of course, Tom.
Good. Now, you be careful.
I will.
We can finish here. Take the detonator and go around on the other side. We'll be with you in a minute. That's good. Let's go. get that other pack of explosives. Let's get out of here.
Well, it was nip and tuck for a bit, and then the rebels lost their nerve and stampeded.
Did you capture any prisoners?
Yes, a good many, including the rebel chief who was wounded. But we didn't get the foreign agent we were after.
He probably never went back to the natives after he failed to set off that blast. And I'm sure he won't bother you around here again.
I'm sure he won't, but it's a pity we missed him.
Well, we may still catch him. We'll go on back to the coast and try to pick his trail up there.
Very well, and give my regards to Major Conroy. He's doing a great job. Come, I'll make arrangements to send you by plane.
So it looks like the rebellion is over, Major Conroy.
Apparently. But our troubles here on the coast aren't. I'm still getting reports of arms and munitions being smuggled in.
I suppose the gang will keep operating until we can run Kurt Daly down and the rest of the leaders.
Do you know if Daly is back here again?
Yes, he was seen around town yesterday.
And he can't be working alone. Do you have any line at all on other possible members of the gang?
No. We've never been able to connect him with anyone else since the smuggling operation started.
Was he around here before that?
Yes, he used to be head trader for the Barron Company. Barron became quite well-to-do and retired about 3 years ago. He just putters around these days.
Well, I used to do business with Barron before he retired. I might talk to him. Maybe he could tell us something about Daly's background that would help us.
Yeah, he might at that.
I'll give him a ring.
Hello, Barron speaking. Oh, hello, Mr. Rogers. Of course I remember you. Well, I'd be glad to see you. How about tonight? Say around 8 o'clock? 8 o'clock it is, then. Goodbye.
What does he want?
Didn't say. Said he just wants to see me.
Well, suppose he's figured out the connection between us.
Well, I don't see how he could possibly have. But, we won't take any chances. My lighting plant is just outside this wall. We loosen the exhaust pipe. And when he gets here, you slip the hose into that ventilator intake.
But the fumes will get you, too.
I want it to appear that way. I'll have a cylinder of oxygen in my desk so I can revive myself.
It'll be easier to stick a knife in his back.
No doubt. But I want it to look like an attempt to murder both of us. It'll take some time for the fumes to fill this room. So I'll manage to keep him talking.
If that's the way you want it.
So then we made it safely back to port.
Dollar, I'm sorry.
Vivian!
Rogers!
Get rid of your pistol. Now get in there and help them.
I can't. That room's full of carbon monoxide gas from this engine.
Disconnect the exhaust. Now the front door. Get in there and open all the windows. Hurry. Bring him over here by the door. That's far enough.
Not for me. If you shoot now, you'll get him.
Brent.
Was that Daly?
Yes, he connected the light plant exhaust into the ventilator. He was trying to murder us.
Did he get away?
Yes, I missed him.
It's too bad. We might have got a lead on him. Hey, maybe there's something in his coat that might help us.
What is it?
It's an overlay. Marks a position on a chart. Which one, I don't know, but when I get back to the post, I'll check it with my charts. I might be able to identify it.
You suppose it has any possible significance?
Anything Kurt Daly has is worth investigating. So I'll check into this right away. We'll continue our talk later.
Of course, anytime. Goodbye. Goodbye, Miss Wells. Rogers got an overlay chart out of your coat pocket. What was it?
It marked the position of those bombs we catched off the Tan-Chin coast.
What? Those bombs were going to be used to blow up the Gorge Bridge and isolate Tan-Chin when our agents start the new revolt. Oh, they would be a serious loss. And even more serious than that, those bombs were marked by the name of the factory in my country which made them. If they're found, it would lead to very serious international complications. We've got to get that overlay back.
Do you know where Rogers took it?
Well, he said he was going back to his trading post to check it against his own charts.
I'll pick up Gerson and get right down there.
Good. Are you out of your mind?
There it is. It's a section off the Tan-Chin coast.
Tan-Chin? Well, that's where Major Conroy said they were expecting the foreign agents to strike next.
Everything checks.
What does it mean?
I don't know. But the overlay marks a spot off of Point Lava in about 4 fathoms of water. Now, that could mean that's where they dumped some contraband. They plan to sneak back and take it ashore later. It's worth looking into.
So obviously that means we're going to take the schooner out and do some diving.
Obviously. I'll call Major Conroy.
I'll take that chart overlay. And as for you, you've caused us enough trouble.
least you got this overlay back.
Yeah, but they've been looking at it. If they spotted that mark on it, they'll be watching the place. We won't get a chance to pick up the stuff.
Suppose they try to dive for it themselves.
They could. Rogers has the equipment.
We can't let those bombs be recovered. We'll have to destroy them if we can't get them ourselves. Take Gerson out to the beach at once. He's a good diver. But before he starts bringing in any bombs, have him set a charge, which you can detonate from shore. Blow up any bombs that you don't have time to salvage in case Rogers or the Coast Patrol get close to them.
That'll do it.
That's just about the point, isn't it?
I think so, but I'm not sure.
I'm not exactly sure either. This looks close enough. We'll keep looking around till we find something, or until we know that there's nothing here. Keep it just barely moving, Yank.
Aye, sir.
It's Rogers' schooner, all right. You'll have to stop diving now. It's a good thing you got the charge planted before they showed up. We may have to use it if they get close to the rest of the bombs.
I'll go down and look over the ground. Keep the ship right over me, Yank.
Aye, Skipper.
Okay, Hal.
Diver's going over. They won't find anything there. They're too far east.
Here, I'll do that. He's on the bottom. Yes, Skipper. Okay. He's found something, but he thinks it's just old wreckage. I see. Okay. It's just old wreckage, so he's going to move on. Very slow ahead.
Still going ahead. If they go far enough, they'll be over the bombs.
Yes, Skipper. He says we're doing just right. Keep her as she is.
Still moving. They must be staying over the diver. They're almost over the bombs. The diver can't miss finding them now.
Get the pump going again, quick!
It's no good. The airline's gone.
care of the bombs all right. But it didn't hurt the schooner. They're getting the diver aboard. We'll stand by and see what they do next.
The explosion must have been set off from shore. Probably wrecked anything that was left.
Yeah. But they may already have landed some of the stuff. Now I'll get the boat over. I'm going ashore and take a look.
We'll have to get rid of these bombs. Go down to the beach and keep him from landing until I get him up in the car.
Here's a description of the car and the license number. You better have a copy, too.
Well, this will help find Daly.
Yes, and I want to get all the information I can about any of his friends and any of his possible hangouts. Then I'll get Major Conroy to start a search as soon as we get in. And I want you to stop by Barentz and see if he'll give you any more information about Daly.
All right. The only way we'll end this trouble is to find Daly and the others who are working with him.
That's right. It's a better solution than stopping a revolt in one place and then having them smuggle in arms to start another one somewhere else.
Miss Wells, am I glad to see you. This man has threatened my life unless I made a deal with him. He was was just explaining his proposition. I was stalling him for time.
Well, you won't have to stall any longer. Pick up that phone and call the police.
Huh? Oh. Oh, yes, of course. Now, do you understand the situation, Miss Wells?
Yes, I'm sure I do.
Then you must understand that your interference has made it necessary for me to change my base of operations. My concern now is getting out of the city at once, and you're going to help me.
What makes you think I will?
You certainly must see that we'll have to kill you immediately if you don't.
What do you want me to do?
Well, we'll need a fast boat to get us out to a certain friendly steamer. Phone your friend Rogers and have him bring a boat around to the old Barnum Wharf at 4 o'clock.
And then?
Of course, you'll both ride out to the steamer with us. As soon as we're safely aboard, you may go free.
You expect me to take your word for that?
I'm afraid you'll have to, won't you?
I'll see what he says.
Hello. Oh, Vivian. Where are you?
I can't explain now, Tom, but something very important has come up. I want you to get a speedboat and meet me at the old Barnum Wharf at 4 o'clock. I can't explain now, but it's very important.
Yes, Vivian, I understand. I'll take care of everything. Operator, trace that call.
You're rather clever, Miss Wells, but tapping out signals over the phone is too old a trick to fool me. And now, since your boyfriend will undoubtedly come here to rescue you, we'll be prepared to take care of him also. Kurt, go to the storeroom and get a rope to tie her with. Bring some gasoline. I'll only be able to take a few of my most important papers with me. Everything else here will have to be burned.
Thanks, operator. She was at Barron's.
Maybe in bad trouble.
Well, she must be tapping out an SOS. Maybe Barron, too. I'm going to help them. I can't walk into a trap with my eyes shut. That's it. Give me a package of those firecrackers.
For why, Mr. Tom?
It's him, Rogers. Take care of him when he comes in.
Investigators got a complete check on Barron. He was the head of the whole foreign organization here, taking his orders directly from their capital.
Well, that should be the last of any smuggling around here.
Yeah, looks like I can go back to trading again.
Yes, it does.
Mr. Tom, that mean you stay here, not leave me alone in store anymore?
Would you rather run the store alone?
Not alone. Get nice native girl to help me. She get good job, maybe we get married.
Well, if that's the way you want it, I guess I can take a vacation when you get things fixed up.
Whoopee! That's a very good idea, very good. Maybe you go on honeymoon too.
Me? Honeymoon? You know, Wang, I think you got something there.
Oh, we celebrate. No business today. We close the store. No business.